welcome to Precious Memory Box's Junk Journaling. And today we're just going to kind of have a craft along. I'm working on finishing up my little gratitude journal that I started with making out of a 6x9 envelope. And then I used some papers from Silver and Sparkles from her Feeling Like Fall kit. And I created a weave pattern on the cover of the journal. And so I thought today that we would try to maybe add some pages to it and get it ready to be journaled in. And I'm still working on By the Well for God's, September kit, Who You Are. And it's got beautiful sunflowers in it. And I'm going to use this to do most of the decorating and work through the devotional. So for October, I'm going to be trying to work through 2 devotionals at one time because I just had a really busy September and didn't get it done. But I want to work through it, so that's one reason why we're making this journal here. I've also got some other miscellaneous pieces from Silver and Sparkles Feeling Like Fall. And I also have some of the pieces from Pink Monarch Prints Harvest Blossom kits. So we'll be using some of those along the way to decorate also. I am thinking about adding to the cover here, just because where I bent it, I could glue those down somewhere and they'd be fine. But I was thinking about maybe taking one of these doilies, either a doily or a tea stain dyed paper, and making a bit of a spine cover. I just haven't decided which one would look better. So we've got this that we could do a wraparound, and that is pretty, but it does cover up a lot of the journal, which I don't want to do. I could do a smaller segment of it, and that would look good. Or I could do some of this lace paper, just trim it up a little bit. That might be an alternative. Or I may wait and even do, find a piece of lace or trim or something like that. Now that's pretty. We could do a piece of the paper here, but we may wait on that. Like I said, this is just a craft along today. My main goal for today is to get some papers on the inside. Now I really like the color of this manila envelope, and I want to leave this open as a pocket. So I'm thinking about just leaving this as is and then adding my signature. Let's see if we can, since I've glued that, if I can get that to go over that. Yeah, there we go. So we'll add some things eventually into the pocket. So let's just pick a few papers out. In the devotional of Who You Are, there are 14 devotional pages. So we will definitely have to cut this down. And so we'll have to do a little measuring there and decide what we want to cut these down to. But I did do both pages. So I'm just trying to think how many we might need. Let's just go ahead and we will cut down. Looks like I've got 5 or 6 pages here. And my printer, for some reason, when I was printing these, decided it wanted to eat the corners. I'm not sure why, but we'll just trim that portion off. So I'm going to line these up, trim this. I'm going to trim a pretty large chunk off of there so that I can take off that. I'm doing 4 pages at one time, so we'll see how that works out. And maybe I should just quickly measure the inside of our journal here, and that way we can decide how to trim this. Okay, I've already got my desk filled up. So we can either make it the whole length here. So this is 1 inch. So it's 9 inches. So I think if we cut it at 8.5, that should hopefully keep us inside of the journal. and it is right at 6 inches. Makes sense because we're using a 6x9 envelope. So we'll cut it at 5.5 by 8.5. All right, let's give that a try. So we're going to need our paper to go this way. So let me think here for a minute. I think I'm still going to need to trim off these little edges. Trying to make sure all my paper is lined up with each other. I was hoping maybe I could get rid of some of those when I trim, but I think the side ones here I need to take off. The bottom one we can most definitely, when we trim it up, we'll take care of that. All right. Okay, so we need it to be 5.5 inches tall. So we're going to line that up as best we can. All right. And we'll just clip this little bit down here. I'll set those over to the side. We might be able to use them. Okay, so we have the height here, and that looks good. Now we just need to trim off the length. And we decided at 8.5. Now I'm okay if every one of my pages is, you know, just a little different, like not a lot, but you know, if there's just a hair difference in them, I'm okay with that. I think that's part of journaling and creating journals. All right, let's see how that looks here. Oh, I think we still need some more. So I did 8.5. Let me think about this. It's going to get folded in half. Take one sheet here and let's fold it in half. Okay. And let's see how that's going to fit in there. So yeah, we still need to trim. Maybe let's go for a 1/2 inch and see what happens there. Let's trim another 1/2 inch up here. Take a look. Let's see. Still gonna stick out. Okay. So I'm gonna do another 1/2 inch. Trying to make sure all my papers are lined up. All right, let's see what length this makes our papers. It makes our papers still about 9. So I must have been measuring that wrong, but yep, so we're right at 9. Sometimes I have a little trouble measuring on this cutter. I don't know why. So that says, yeah, it's 9. So I need to cut another 1/2 inch off. Okay. Last time, we hope. That'll work. All right. There we go. All right, so we're going to fold these pages each in half. And like I said, they don't have to be perfect for me. Okay, so let's put that in there. Let's put this one in here. And this one. And so we need a few more pages. We may add a doily as a page. I think that would be neat. And then we could fold it up or cut it off. I think that would be cool. We'll use that as the center. We also have this one that we could cut. Just make sure we cut off that little spot right there. And then we also have some of these that could be a little bit smaller pages. So we've got some of these from Pink Monarch Print Bloom Kit. Oh, I like that one a lot. So let's trim these up. Just get that white edge off there and have these as shorter pages in there. All right. Well, I hope everyone is having a nice day. It's rainy and stormy here due to the hurricane, even though we are many miles away from it. The storm is come quite a ways inland, so looks like I need to cut just this last one. Oh, no, big cutting. It's okay. Okay, I got that one. And let's see, we need to cut this one 5.5. There we go. And all right, let me go to, gonna go to 8. See where that puts us. Just about perfect. All right. There we go. So let's mix our pages together here. And when you create a signature, it really is your own choice how you do it, what types of papers you put in it. You know, if you want it large or small, it's really just up to you. All right. So let's put this one here. I folded that the wrong way. Let's put that one there. And then let's take some of these, and we're probably, didn't think about that, I need to cut the length off of them. So let's cut them at 8 also. There we go. Okay, so probably all we'll get done today is getting the signature put in, but if you haven't ever made a signature before, you can kind of see my process and how I do it, and everybody has a different way. Which one do we want out? I kind of like that one too. And it's great how these kits just work together with each other. I'm loving that. Let's see. What one do we want to go in between here? Let's try a more neutrally one. Yeah. So we'll do this one, and on the back side here it has like a newsprint. It's kind of hard to maybe see on the camera, but that'll be good. We've got this one and this one. And I forgot I'm going to use the doily, so if we need to move the other one, we certainly can. We'll have that one there. And let's see, we've got that one. We've got two polka dots together, so we need to switch one of them around. Let's do, I think that looks kind of cool. Let's do this one here. There we go. And then we'll switch this one around so that the same papers aren't on the same one. And since we're going to put the doily in the middle, let's put this paper down here. There we go. All right. And then we're going to put our doily in the center. All right, let me grab my kit here with my needle and thread. And we will sew that signature in. Okay. Let's see, I'm missing my awl. Where did I put it? When I went on my retreat recently, I couldn't take the awl with me on the airplane, so I stuck it somewhere else. Where did I stick it? Probably right in front of me, and I'm just not seeing it. Well, we can also use a needle, so we will just do that. We will use a needle. All right, let's grab out a needle. And we'll get a bigger, thicker one since we are gonna poke the holes. And I'm gonna take a couple clips here, clip this together. That helps keep the paper from moving too much. And I'm just gonna fold it one more time. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead without the doily. Well, maybe I need the doily in there. We'll do it just like that. And I'm gonna use this thicker paper. And I'm gonna make 3 holes in my paper. There we go. So I've got one right there. It's hard to do with that doily. We'll just come back and poke the hole in the doily. I'm going to try to do one in the center here. Next time I need to locate my awl before I start, huh? It's working its way through there. We're getting there. There we go. And we'll use a smaller needle when we go to sew it. And then I'm going to put another one down here about 1 inch from the bottom. Going through several layers of paper here, so it takes a little push there. So as you can see, this is how not to make a journal. Get you an awl, because an awl goes through there super easy and super quick. It's just a good piercing tool, where this, using a needle, is not as easy. Okay, but we got it. All right. Let me get all this down in here. All right, and we're going to cut some twine, and usually what I do is some wax thread here, is I make it about 3 times the length of the book. There we go. Let's put this needle away before I lose it. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. My eyes will let me. There we go. And you want to leave a little bit of extra there. All right, we're just gonna poke through our doily as we do this and try to keep it straight if we can. Okay, so there's the top one. Let me see where this one is. And because I want to go through the center first. There we go. All right, there's the center. And then I will come back up here and I'm going to go through the top. Sorry, hope I'm staying in camera for you. Here's the hole. Okay. And we're going to come all the way down here to the bottom. Figure out where our hole is. Poke that through. Okay, that looks pretty good. Watch that you're not pulling this through. Now doilies will tear easily, so you want to be careful. You may have to maybe cover that up some if it tears a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go back through the center. And you want to watch when you come back through the center that you don't split your string. So, yeah, I think we're good on that. Okay. And then we're just going to tighten this all up on the back and the front. There we go. I'm going to have a lot of string left over, but we can cut that. We've got a string on each side. We're going to go ahead and double knot this. And then if you wanted to have charms, you could definitely leave that string, but I'm not going to do any dangly charms, I do believe. So we're just going to cut that off. It's enough string. I can save it for another project. And there we go. I'll still have to kind of decide what I want to do with this as far as that. And then, okay. Now I bet you're thinking, wait a minute, you didn't sew that to your envelope, your cover, to your journal. And I didn't, because I have kind of a different idea I want to try. So I was going to leave this orangish yellow here, but then as I was making the papers, you know, picking out the papers, I decided I would like to use this bottom paper here as part of the inside of the journal. So I'm just simply going to glue those down. Now I'm going to glue them with liquid glue, maybe liquid glue and glue stick, and I will of course open this up and glue under it or over it so that we can still have that as a pocket. So I just need to line that up and maybe poke a little hole through there. Try not to tear our paper. There we go. That'll be all right. All right, and that way I know where that goes. So we are going to do first the stick glue. Now normally I would just say sew that through your cover. I wanted to try something different as I was thinking about it because one, I did the weaved pattern and it's a little bulky. And so I thought it might not look right on the outside with the thread being sewn into it. It might kind of maybe make it pull away from the spine. And then I wanted to give this a try. So let's line up our hole. And I think we're all right there. Probably could go up a little higher, but that's all right. We're going to go with it. All right. So we are gluing this down. I may have to come back and maybe glue my corners a little bit more. But there we go. And that is the thing about journaling, is you make it your own. You do it however you want to do it. Okay, so I'm going to add stick glue and liquid glue to help give this a stronger hold. Also, that way we kind of have a hidden spine. All right, and then I'm just going to straighten this up a little bit. Somehow I've got it a little bit crooked. There we go. And there we go. And if I end up not liking, we'll cover that up with a little ink. If I end up not liking these edges showing, I can just go back and trim it out with more paper. Or I can add, you know, some lace trim or something to it. But there we go. We've got our signature done. I love it. And we've got different size papers in here. We've got this pretty doily. So we've got plenty to journal on. And so I will probably work on the devotional, Who You Are, in this little journal. I'll come up with something to put on the front from the kit itself. And if I'm able to, I'll show you a couple processes on video. If not, I will bring back the journal though and let you see a flip through and let you see how I've altered it. I think it's fun to see it in the different stages. And I'll add some of my other pieces that I have here to draw it all together. And I'm looking forward to working through this. So thanks for crafting along with me today. I know it wasn't really a tutorial, it was just a craft along. But I hope you guys are working on some journals. I hope you're, you know, I love fall, so that's my favorite season. So fall and Christmas, I just love to make different types of journals. And so I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. So we'll talk to you next time. Thank you and have a great day.